20 Zulu. Wind 125 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, scattered at 1500 feet. Broken at 1700 feet. Temperature 2. Dew point 3. QNH 1015. Transition level 75. Arriving and departing runways 1 left, 1 right. Visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 121.68. Advise on initial contact you have information Golf. Oslo Airport, information Golf. 13.
Scandinavian 90160, Oslo clearance, roger, readability 5. Scandinavian 90160. Information Golf is current. Clear to Skavsta via the May C6 Delta departure, then as filed. Departure runway 19 right. Initial climb 5000. Departure on 128.9 squawk 4245.
Clear to Flesland via the Atla 5.
Scandinavian 90160, read back correct. Ground is on 121.905, safe flight, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome.
Okay, ground, 6565, could you say again, please?
Heading to Stockholm. We kindly ask you to take your seats.
Swift 565, Oslo ground, taxi to West Apron Gate 14, via Alpha 6, Victor, November Golf. Have a good day.
Please don't hesitate to reach out to me or any of our crew members.
Taxi to Gate 14 via Alpha 6, November, Golf. Swiss 565.
Clear to Tromsø via the Ride 60 departure, then as filed. Departure 19 right, initial climb to 7000. Departure at 128.9, gonna squawk 5246. North Shuttle 376.
Good morning, Nordic 11935 Alpha. Fully ready on taxiway Sierra.
NOSA 1234 Alpha Nordic 119er9er35 Alpha taxi to runway 19er right via Lima. Contact tower on 118.3 when ready for departure.
Air 78 Yankee, ready for taxi.
We're ready to go when you are.
Finnair 78, Roy Oslo ground taxi to runway 1 left at your discretion. Contact tower on 118.3 when ready for departure.
Golf November and contact tower 121.1, Scandinavian 821, come
Scandinavian 821, goodbye.
After you put your
Scandinavian 821 request runway 01 left for departure.
Clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers to
Scandinavian 821 taxi to runway 1 left via Alpha Charlie. Contact tower on 120.1 when ready for departure.
Please make sure you are willing and able to...
Scandinavian 574 Garderman ground pushback approved. Expect runway 19 right for departure.
Now's the time to get out and...
Pushback approved. Expect 19 right for departure. Scandinavian 134.
Put away any laptops or
Ground Scandinavian 134. Pushback is completed. We are now ready for taxi.
Scandinavian 134 taxi to runway 19 right via Gulf November. Contact tower on 120.1 when ready.
Time will be roughly 43 minutes.
NOSA 1234 Alpha readback, correct? Expect runway 19 or left. Report ready for taxi.
Are now shut down into those. If you have not already, please fasten
can we get runway 19 right?
must be in the full upright and launch position for departure.
Yeah, we will get IFR to get it.
Passengers boarding started.
NOSA 1234 Alpha, cleared to Gatwick Aerodrome as filed. On departure, maintain VFR at or below 5,500 feet. Departure frequency 118.475. Squawk 4156. Information Quebec is current. Advise when ready to taxi. NOSA 1234 Alpha, cleared to Gatwick Aerodrome as filed. On departure, maintain VFR at or below 5,500 feet. Departure frequency 118.475. Squawk 4156. Advise when ready to taxi. NOSA 1234 Alpha, cleared to Gatwick Aerodrome as filed. On departure, flight level 70. Departure frequency 118.475. Squawk 4156. Expect runway 19 left for departure.
With 26 Echo, we are at Alpha 5, requesting taxi to the stand. We don't have any taxi clearance but for now.
Wiz 2 Tree, Kilo Echo. Taxi to your assigned stand at your discretion. Have a good day.
Taxi to gate 22 Sierra Alpha, front runway 19 right, taxi to parking at all discretion. Have a good evening and see you later. Scandinavian 842. Good morning, ground, good evening, Scandinavian 469 at gate 22, we are ready for pushback. Kilo Echo, stand for 6. Have a great day.
Wiz 2 Tree, Kilo Echo taxi to stand number 6 via Alpha Charlie and Delta. Give way to the traffic from your right on Charlie.
Windmaker 5 November Golf, Garderman ground taxi to runway 1 left via November contact tower on 120.1 when ready for departure.
Taxi to runway 1 left via November, contact tower 131. Lufthavn 5 and Golf.
Garderman ground, SAS 488, requesting pushback start.
Scandinavian 88 Garderman ground, pushback and start approved. Expect runway 1 left. Contact tower on 120.1 when ready for departure.
Scandinavian 821, request taxi.
Scandinavian 821 taxi to runway 19 right via Gulf November. Contact tower on 120.1 when ready for departure.
Runway 5, November Golf, ready to taxi.
Viking 1211, negative taxi to runway 1 left via Alpha, hold short of runway 1 left. Contact tower on 118.3 when ready.
5 taxi to 1 left for Viking 1211. Oslo Tower, Viking 1211, holding short at 1 left, ready for takeoff.
Viking 1211, contact tower on 118.3 when ready for takeoff.
Scandinavian 90160, Oslo ground, push and start approved, face west.
Ground to flight deck. The tug is on its way. Good afternoon. Bypass pin inserted. Just let me know when you're ready for pushback. Ground to flight deck. All right, release the parking brake now. We're gonna start pushback, facing south. Scandinavian 90160, ground to flight deck. Please release the parking brake and remove all chocks. Roger, stand by. Ground to flight deck. Cleared for engine start in sequence.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Hân hạnh chào đón quý khách trên chuyến bay của Bamboo Airways, hãng hàng không của sự hiếu khách.
Welcome aboard Bamboo Airways, the airline of hospitality.
Kính thưa quý khách, vì an toàn của chuyến bay, kính mời quý khách theo dõi hướng dẫn về an toàn trên máy bay.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the safety of the flight, may we have your attention for the safety demonstration.
Khi đã lên máy bay, đề nghị quý khách hút thuốc dưới mọi hình thức.
Once on board, any type of smoking is strictly prohibited.
Các thiết bị điện tử phải được tắt nguồn hoặc chuyển sang chế độ máy bay trong suốt hành trình bay.
Electronic devices must be turned off or switched to flight mode during the flight.
Quý khách lưu ý, không sạc pin các thiết bị điện tử trong quá trình máy bay lan cất và hạ cánh.
Charging electronic devices is not allowed during taxi, takeoff and landing.
Trong quá trình máy bay lan cất và hạ cánh, quý khách cài dây an toàn, dựng thẳng lưng ghế, đóng bàn ăn, xếp gọn chân ghế và màn hình.
During taxi, takeoff and landing, you are requested to fasten your seatbelt, set seat back upright, secure tray table, footrest, and monitor.
Quý khách đặt hành lý trong ngăn đựng phía trên hoặc xếp gọn dưới ghế phía trước.
Carry-on luggage is requested to stow under the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers.
Không để hành lý trên lối đi, khu vực cửa thoát hiểm, dưới chân các vách ngăn và phía sau chân của quý khách.
The aisle, the exit rows, the area under fixed bulkhead, and behind your leg must be clear of any luggage.
Quý khách cài dây an toàn trong suốt thời gian bay và khi đèn hiệu cài dây an toàn được bật sáng. Dây an toàn được cài như sau: cài hai đầu khóa vào nhau. Nếu vai ghế có thêm một đầu dây móc, quý khách bắt chéo dây ngang người, cài đầu móc vào khóa, kéo một đầu dây để siết chặt và mở bằng cách nhấc hoặc bấm đầu khóa. Nếu quý khách đi cùng trẻ em hoặc cần dây an toàn nối dài, vui lòng liên hệ với tiếp viên hàng không để được trợ giúp. Quý khách vui lòng cài dây an toàn và để dây trong tầm nhìn để tiếp viên không kiểm tra an toàn quan khách.
Distribution of infant seatbelt or extension belt will be provided by cabin crew. Please make sure your seatbelt is fastened and visible to the cabin crew. Whenever seatbelt sign is on, please fasten your seatbelt and keep it while you are seated. Your safety belt is fastened like this. Insert the metal buckle into the
Pushback complete. Set parking brake. Advise when ready to disconnect.
Then hook the metal buckle into the lock. Tighten by pulling the strap and unfasten by lifting the buckle or pressing on the lock.
Trường hợp mất áp suất, mặt nạ dự khí sẽ rơi xuống từ phía trên ghế ngồi và trong phòng vệ sinh. Quý khách kéo mạnh mặt nạ.
All right, we're disconnecting.
Mặt nạ lên mũi và miệng, choàng dây qua đầu, siết chặt.
In case of decompression, oxygen mask will be released from the cabin ceiling and in the lavatory. Pull the nearest mask firmly downward to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth. Wear the plastic band over your head, then tighten it.
Quý khách hãy đeo mặt nạ cho mình trước, rồi giúp trẻ em và các hành khách khác ngồi cùng cần giúp đỡ.
Please put on your own mask first, then help the children and anyone nearby who may need assistance.
Trong trường hợp thoát hiểm, hệ thống đèn chỉ lối thoát hiểm sẽ dẫn quý khách đến cửa thoát hiểm.
In case of evacuation, emergency light system will guide you to emergency exits.
Trong khoang khách có 8 cửa thoát hiểm, 2 cửa phía trước, 4 cửa ở giữa và 2 cửa phía sau. Quý khách lưu ý xác định cửa thoát hiểm gần nhất và các biển báo chỉ dẫn.
In the cabin there are 8 exits, 2 at the front, 4 at the middle, and 2 at the rear. Please identify your nearest emergency exits with marked signs.
Áo phao được đặt dưới ghế ngồi của quý khách hoặc phía dưới bên cạnh ghế. Khi được yêu cầu sử dụng, quý khách lấy áo ra khỏi vị trí, xé vỏ bọc, mặc áo choàng qua đầu và thắt chặt dây quanh eo. Quý khách lưu ý không được làm phồng áo khi ở trong khoang khách.
Life vests are located under your seat or below, next to your seat. When instructed by cabin crews, remove it from its location and package. Put on the life vest and secure it carefully. Do not inflate the life vest in the cabin.
Ngay tại cửa, quý khách làm phồng áo bằng cách giật mạnh thẻ nhựa hoặc thổi vào ống màu đỏ.
At exit, pull the tag firmly downwards or blow into mouthpieces to inflate it.
Trên áo phao có còi và đèn để lôi cuốn sự chú ý.
Scandinavian 90160, Oslo ground, runway 19 right is assigned for departure. Taxi to runway 19 right via Golf, November, Alpha 9er. Confirm you have information Golf.
Or when instructed by cabin crew only. Infant life vest will be provided and instructed by cabin crews.
Và bây giờ, quý khách đọc bản hướng dẫn an toàn được đặt trong túi ghế phía trước hoặc ngăn bên cạnh.
And now, please read the safety briefing card in the seat pocket in front of you or next to your seat.
Trân trọng cảm ơn sự theo dõi của quý khách. Chúng tôi rất mong quý khách sẽ có trải nghiệm an toàn và thú vị trên các chuyến bay của Bamboo Airways.
We thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a great time on board with Bamboo Airways.
Ready to go.
Nordic 134 Alpha. Request runway 19 right.
Nose 1234 Alpha, runway 19 right is available. Push and start approved.
This is start approved. Nordic 1935 Alpha. Ground, good morning, Nordic 32 Alpha on gate 45 and request start part to Gatwick.
Nose 1234 Alpha, Oslo ground. Hey Guido, the boys in the FBO told me you were new here. Welcome to Say Intentions. Good morning, cleared to Gatwick Aerodrome as filed. On departure, maintain VFR at or below 5500 feet. Departure frequency 118.475, squawk 4156.
Scandinavian 90160, contact tower on 120.1.
Scandinavian 90160, Oslo Tower, runway 19 right, winds 125 at 5, cleared for takeoff. Oscar Tango, contact departure on 1128.9.
Departure on 118.9, Oscar Tango.
Nordic 1191, welcome to Oslo. Contact ground on 1121.855.
Over ground at 121.855, Nordic 119.
Nordic 1126, contact departure on 1 car Parkers Depot Tema 128.9.
Alright, over to departure at 128.9, Nordic 1126.
Nordic 1190, contact departure on 1128.9.
Over to departure at 128.9, Nordic 1190.
Scandinavian 255, winds 180 at 12. Runway 19 left, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 19 left. Scandinavian 255.
Scandinavian 255, welcome to Gardermoen. Contact ground on 121.855.
Contact ground on 121.825. Scandinavian 255.
Scandinavian 4045, Gardermoen Tower, wind 096 at 7, runway 19 right, cleared for takeoff.
Left takeoff, runway 19 right, Scandinavian 4045.
Scandinavian 4045, contact departure on 128.9.
Scandinavian 90160, contact departure on 128.9.
Scandinavian 90160, Oslo departure, identified. Cleared direct GM 603, climb flight level 210. Scandinavian 90160, contact Oslo. Approach on 118.475.
Scandinavian 488, flight level 4000.
Scandinavian 90160, Oslo approach identified. Good afternoon, Oslo, QNH 1014.
Bahamas 166, contact Polaris. Control on 118.875.
Oslo approach, Nordic 972 Mike Kilo, climbing through 7,300 for flight 2.
Oslo approach, good evening.
Maintaining visual separation, Scandinavian 1123. Clear, Scandinavian 1123.
Scandinavian 1123, contact Oslo Tower on 120.1.
4,000 QNH 904.
0, maintain flight level 280.
Right, approach, speed below.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 3,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. Please also a reminder that from fast logic is not constituted in the galley or the middle level. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you may direct
Scandinavian 866, climbing on the 6.
you offer complimentary in-flight
Scandinavian 868, climb and maintain 5,000.
access our wide range of free flight.
Climb and maintain 5,000, Scandinavian 866. Higher flight level, due to weather. Approach, Scandinavian 886, request higher flight level due to weather.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Now that everything around is happening,
Scandinavian 260.
Central 243, expecting 19 right approach to Orlando via the Colton 7 arrival. We'll let you know when I'm ready to descend. Simple 243. Simple 243, contact Polaris. Control on 118.875.
Oslo approach, Nordic 972 Mike Kilo, descending through flight level 129.
Scandinavian 90160, contact Polaris Control on 118.875.
Nordic 2 Mike Kilo, contact Polaris. Control on 118.875.
Scandinavian 90160, climb and maintain flight level 310. Nordic 16, climb and maintain flight level 300.
Scandinavian 90160, Polaris control identified. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Bahamas Air 166, checking in flight level 220 for 320.
Bahamas Air 166, Polaris control. Good afternoon.
Polaris Control, good evening, Nordic 972 Mike Kilo, climbing to flight level 160.
Nordic 972 Mike, Kilo, Polaris control. Good evening.
Climb maintain flight level 350, Nordic 2 Mike Kilo.
Nordic 2 Mike Kilo, climb and maintain flight level 400. Nordic 972 Mike Kilo, Polaris control. Good afternoon.
Climb maintain flight level 340, Nordic 2 Mike Kilo. Polaris Control, Nordic 972 Mike Kilo, descending through flight level 229 for 9,000.
clearance into the Romeo 102 restricted airspace and Oslo.
Nordic 2 Mike Kilo, descend altitude 9,000 feet. Scandinavian 4126, climb and maintain flight level 370.
Flight level 370, Scandinavian 4126.
Polaris Control, Romeo 69er.
Romeo 69er, Polaris Control identified. Good evening.
Polaris Control, Viking 1014 with you at flight level 390.
Viking 1014, Polaris Control identified. Good morning.
Polaris, good afternoon. Scandinavian 259er, flight level 200, descending 00.
Scandinavian 259er, Polaris Control identified. Good afternoon.
Polaris Control, Scandinavian 14 Foxtrot, good afternoon. Passing through flight level 160, climbing to flight level 280.
Scandinavian 14 Foxtrot, Polaris Control, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350. Scandinavian 14 Foxtrot.
Good day, Polaris Control, November 310 Bravo Alpha, currently climbing to flight level 210.
Buona 310 Bravo Alpha, Polaris Control, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Flight level 310, Buona 310 Bravo Alpha.
I'm able to fly to 5,000. I'm almost at my destination and planning to start the settings in pipeline 70 my kilo. Roger, thank you. Piper to my kilo.
Turkish 1 Papa Mike, contact Sweden Control on 133.805.
133.805, Turkish 1 Papa Mike.
Polaris Control, Lufthansa 866, descending from flight level 270 to flight level 120. Hello.
Lufthansa 866, Polaris Control identified. Good morning.
Polaris Control, Nordic 972 Mike Kilo, climbing through 18, flight level 188.
Nordic 972 Mike Kilo, Polaris Control, good morning.
Kilo, flight 350. Polaris Control, Nordic 972 Mike Kilo, climbing to flight level 170, flight level 350.
Nordic 972 Mike Kilo, Polaris Control, good afternoon. Nordic 2 Mike Kilo, expect the Pesu 3. November arrival for the ILS runway 17 into Flesland via Gilbert.
Expect for Pesu 3 November arrival for the ILS runway 17 via Gilbert. Nordic 2 Mike Kilo, thank you. Polaris Control, Nordic 972 Mike Kilo, descending to flight level 157.
Polaris Control, 64243, flight at 3.
64243, Polaris Control, roger, maintain flight level 340. Scandinavian 9016, Polaris Control, expect the ILS runway 26 approach into Skavsta. GML 2 Tango arrival. I'll start your descent in about 15 minutes. If you'd like to descend now, just say the word.
climb and maintain flight level 370, Nordic 110.
November Sign, contact Sweden Control on 133.805.
133.805, November 29. November 29, take frequency. November 529, taken.
Polaris Control, this is Speedbird 243 with you passing flight level 240 for flight level 370.
Speedbird 243, Polaris Control identified. Good afternoon. Scandinavian 90160, contact Sweden Control on 124.855.
Polaris, Scandinavian.
Scandinavian 90160, Sweden Control identified. Good afternoon.
Nordic 1909, contact Sweden Control on 124.405.
194.405, Nordic 190,
Nordic 1190, Sweden Control identified. Good morning. American 461, Sweden Control identified. Good morning.
Sweden Control, good afternoon. Nordic 1121 with you, flight level 380.
Nordic 1121, Sweden Control identified. Good afternoon. Nordic 1041, Sweden Control identified. Good afternoon.
Sweden Control, Speedbird 780, flight level 370.
Speedbird 780, Sweden Control identified. Good evening.
Scandinavian 272, descend and maintain flight level 290, report reaching.
Flight level 290, report reaching. Scandinavian 272.
Control GVM Alpha Alpha Tango at 5,000 feet inbound. Kilo Sierra, Skavsta.
Sweden Control, Monarch 13 Bravo, with you at flight level 380.
Monarch 13 Bravo, Sweden Control identified. Good afternoon.
Forward to 133.805 for American 1018.
Sweden Control, this is KLM 243 with your flight level 350.
KLM 243. Sweden Control identified. Good afternoon.
November 420 at 4000.
N20, Sweden Control identified. Good afternoon.
November 420 at flight level 400.
Control, Northline Tango for 4, at flight level 210. UNH 1025, support final for runway 04. Airline Mike, final runway 04 at Warsaw. VFR altitude, swim over to my kingdom. Translate on 500 feet, over to my kingdom.
Sweden Control citation, November 514 Bravo Tango, flight level 450.
Citation 514 Bravo, Tango, Sweden Control identified. Good morning.
TBM Alpha Alpha Tango, descend and maintain 4000 for Daher.
Descend and maintain 4000. TBM Alpha Alpha Tango.
TBM Alpha Alpha Tango, contact Sweden Control on 133.705.
Sweden Control on 133.705. TBM Alpha Alpha Tango.
Descend and maintain 250, Scandinavian 301.
Scandinavian 301, descend and maintain altitude 2000.
We are unable to reach 2,000 feet at the moment. We are at flight level 114, and we will be there in a short time. Scandinavian 301.
Nordic 1909, Sweden Control, descend to flight level 240.
Descend to flight level 240, Nordic 1909, thank you. Nordic 1909, request flight level 100.
Sweden Control, good morning, EC 1123, with you climbing flight level 190.
Easy 1123, Sweden Control identified. Good morning. Scandinavian 90160, Sweden Control, cleared GIML 2 Tango arrival into Skavsta. When you're ready to begin your descent, descend and maintain flight level 050.